Good morning, everyone. Today you are going to learn about few more types of sets. Let us first take up universal sets. I hope everyone knows about the meaning of universe, right? Universe means which contains everything that we are talking about. So in mathematical terms also, universal will mean whatever things we are considering about, what we are talking about. Suppose we are talking about natural numbers, but you know natural numbers are infinite. So we may be talking about first 10 natural numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. So this is our universal set in a particular case. So that means a universal set is not always constant. It differs from problem to problem, situation to situation. In this particular situation, we are talking about first 10 natural numbers. So our universal set is from 1 to 10. Now how do we denote it? We denote by two signs, symbols here, either U or a strange symbol like this. You can practice making like this. So either by capital U or by this symbol we represent a universal set. Now in another case we may talk about first say 100 natural numbers. So you are not going to write all natural numbers. You can write a few and then dot 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 till 100. You see, our universal set has changed now. So it depends upon the problem we are talking about or the situation given in the question, that what is our universal set. Though it may be always true for some cases, like suppose you are given universal set as all alphabets of English language, then in that case your universal set will be A, B, C, D till Z, because you know the English alphabets are from A to Z only. There are 26 alphabets. Those will form a universal set. Now suppose you are asked to write first 5 alphabets. So from this universal set only you will pick your elements and write that set. The first 5 alphabets will be A, B, C, D, E. So from universal set only we pick up our elements. We choose our elements. So universal set is given like a bigger box where everything is available, and whatever you need you will pick the desired things from that bigger box. So this is a bigger box in this case, and this is the number of things that we needed, and we have chosen those elements from this universal set. Now suppose in this case, the first example which I gave, you are asked to write the prime numbers. So if you are asked to write the prime numbers, let us say prime numbers are represented by capital letter P here. The set is always written in curly bracket and it is represented by capital letter. You have learned in the previous class. Now you are asked to write set of even numbers. Now you are not told from which number to which number you have to write the even numbers. Okay, I was telling you about prime numbers. Let us say P represents set of even numbers, but you are not told what even numbers. Now since you know your universal set is this, so you are going to choose your even numbers from this set only. That means from the elements which are present in universal set. So what are those even numbers? 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. But in this case, suppose you have to choose your set of even numbers. So what will you choose? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and till 100. So even numbers are many in this case. So because your universal set contained numbers from 1 to 100, so you'll pick up all the even numbers from 2 till 100. Okay. So universal set is the set that contains all the elements under consideration in a given problem, right? And from that we can make smaller sets as per our need. So I hope it is clear what is a universal set. Now let us learn about cardinal number of a set. Cardinal number of a set is the number of elements present in a set. And how do we represent it? We represent by small n and capital letter that represent the particular set. Suppose I am writing cardinal number of this set. NA will represent the cardinal number of this set. So how many elements are there? There are 5 elements. So cardinal number of this set will be 5. Right? Cardinal number of set P in the previous case is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So this way we count the number of elements, and that is the cardinal number of that set represented by small n, and the set represented by the capital letter. Now let us learn about equal sets. What are equal sets? Any idea? Equal, you all know what is meaning of equal. Now sets are equal. Sets are equal when they have same elements. So two sets will be called equal sets if they have same elements. For example, if I write a set A, first 5 alphabets of English. Now in another case we write a set B, A, B, C, D, E, right? So there are two sets written here, A and D. In first case, A represents first 5 alphabets of English. Now if you write the elements of this set, it will be A, B, C, D, E only. Now see, the elements of set A are same as elements of set B. There are equal elements and they are same elements. So equal doesn't mean only equal number, they should have same elements. In that case, we write A equal to B. That means the number of elements are same as well as the elements are also same. So we write A equal to B. Now let us take another example. Say P is first 5 whole numbers. So what are first 5 whole numbers, can you tell? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now take another case, Q. The elements are 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are they equal sets? Look at the two sets and tell. They are equal. Why? 0 is here, 0 is here also. 1 is here, 1 is here also. 2 is here, 2 is here also. 3 is here, 3 is here also. 4 is here, 4 is here also. So P will be equal to Q. Order in a set does not matter. I always said number of elements should be same and they should have the same elements, not necessarily in same order. So P is also equal to Q because they have same elements. So now you also can think about some elements which are equal. Form some example by yourselves and write those sets. Now let us learn about equivalent sets. You learned about equal sets. Now let us learn about equivalent sets. Equal sets are those which have same elements, and equivalent sets are those which have same number of elements. For example, suppose in the previous example I wrote A equal to A, B, C, D, E, and then I write say another set B as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means I am writing first 5 natural numbers. So how many elements are there in set A? What is cardinal number of A? It is 5. NA is 5. What is cardinal number of B? It is also 5. So if cardinal number of two sets, that means number of elements in two sets are equal, then they are called equivalent sets. So are they equal also? No. They are not equal because they have different elements. Number of elements is same, but they have different elements, so they are not equal, but they are equivalent. Right? But in previous case, the equal sets are also equivalent because they have same number of elements also. So equal sets, you can write this is an important point. Equal sets are always equivalent, but equivalent sets are not always equal. Right? So this is an important concept, that equal sets are always equivalent, but equivalent sets are not always equal. Right? So I gave you examples of both. I hope you understood. Now let us start with exercise 5.2. On the previous turn, you studied about empty set, finite set and infinite set. So question number 1 is based on that. This will be your homework for today. Revise the definitions of those sets and try to write. You can write this in the book itself. No need to do in classwork notebook. So do question number 1 in book itself by writing what kind of set is the given set is. Look at question number 2. Open your books, exercise 5.2. Question number 2. Which of the following describe the same sets? The first one is vowels of English alphabet. You know what are vowels? Everybody knows, I hope. Vowels of English alphabet. They are A, E, I, O, U. Right? And another set, so you can name them by yourself. If the name is not given, you can name them by capital letter. Another set is given A, E, in fact it is given E first, A, E, U, I, O. So as I told, the order does not matter, you just have to match the elements. A is in both, E is in both, U is in both, I is in both, O is also in both. So do they represent the same set? Yes. The answer is yes. and they are equal sets, right? So same way you can find another part. Second part, the first one is given A, B, D, right? And the second one is given D, A, B, B, D, A, B, B. Now I wrote only one B. Did I forget? No. In set actually we don't repeat the elements. So it was given B twice, so I have written B only once, right? So in sets we don't repeat the elements, we write it only once. Now let us match the elements. A is here, B is also matching, B is also matching. So they represent the same sets. So first two parts we have done. I hope you understood. The next three parts we'll try. In fact, let us do one more. The fifth part, let me explain this. Little difficult. Third and fourth will try by yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and always try to name the set even though it is not given in the question. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4, 5. And B, another set is given X such that X belongs to N. Don't go on this description or representation of set. Just understand this. X is less than or equal to 5. Now this means belongs to, I already told you on the previous term. So X is a natural number, belongs to means X is a natural number, and X is less than or equal to 5. So what are natural numbers which are less than or equal to 5? So natural number you know start from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now try to match the elements of A and D. Are they matching? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every element is matching. Therefore, A and B are same sets, or A equal to B, right? Question number 3. Find pairs or groups of equal sets from the following sets, right? Now here you need to write all the sets, then only you can decide that which of the following are equal sets, right? So A is given. Let us do this sum. Question number 3. A is given 0, 1, 2, 3. B is given X such that X square is less than 10 and X belongs to whole number, right? So let us keep writing the elements of the set also, so that it is easier to analyze later. X is a whole number whose square, X is a whole number whose square is less than 10. So let us write a few whole numbers, right? So you have to write those X whose square is less than 10. So you know whole numbers. Let us write few whole numbers: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what is the square of 0? The square of 0 is 0. Is that less than 10? Yes. So the first value of X will be 0. What is the square of 1? 1 square is 1, which is also less than 10. So 1 will also come here. The square of 2 is 4. 4 less than 10. So 2 will come here. So you have to write X. These are X. So we are not writing X square because you have to write X here. Whose square is less than 10? Not, you have to write X square there. So do not write 4 here. Okay? So you have to write X, these X. What is 3 square? 3 square is 9, which is also less than 10. So 3 will also come. What is 4 square? 4 square is 16, which is not less than 10. So 4 will not come here. So we close the bracket here. Okay? So understand what condition is given, but you have to write always a value of x, not that condition which is being followed here according to that condition. Condition is only for checking what x will appear in this set. C is letters of the word follow. So quickly write the words of letters of the word follow. So F will come, and do not write any letter repeatedly. Like L comes twice here, so write only once. F O L. O comes again, we will not write W. So we don't repeat the element. This you all remember. D is days of a week. So what are days of a week? You all know: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. E is again a condition given. X is a whole number and x is a whole number and x is less than 4. So what are whole numbers less than 4? You all know: 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? So E also came. F is the letter of the words flow. F L O W. Right? G is Monday to Sunday again. So you can write Monday, Tuesday. If all the days are given, so you can write as they are written, Monday till Sunday. H is letters of the word wolf. H is letters of the word wolf. W O L F. Right? So I have written all the elements of every set that is given here. Now they are asking find pairs or groups of equal sets. A has 0, 1, 2, 3. Is there any other set which is having the same elements? B is having 0, 1, 2, 3. E is also having 0, 1, 2, 3. So A, B and E, they are having same elements. So A equal to B equal to E. This way you have to write. Okay, they are having same elements, so they are equal. So you have to choose from these sets which are equal. Right? Now let us see. A we have taken already. So those which we have taken, let us take that. A, B and E we have taken. C is left. Now C is F, O, L, W containing these elements. So let us take F, O, L, F, O is there, L, W. So I said order does not matter. And here also F, O, L, W is there. So in C, in F and in H, C, F and H, the elements are same, so they are also equal. So now D is left. D is Monday to Sunday and G is also having Monday to Sunday. So D equal to G. So first we write the elements and then we pick the sets which are having same elements, and hence they are equal sets. Now question number 4, you have to find pair or groups of equivalent sets from the following sets. Equivalent sets I have already explained. The sets which are having same number of elements. So this I am giving you as homework, and this will do in classwork notebook. I will give what questions you have to do in classwork and as homework, classwork notebook as homework, and here you will write the sets like this and then decide which are equivalent sets. Okay, so you will do this question as homework in classwork notebook, right? And for equivalent sets, for equal sets we are already using this sign. For equivalent sets you can use this sign A, B, right? A equivalent to B. This sign can be used. I will share the book pages with you. You can go through the definitions once again before doing the questions. Thank you.